I'm Steve Wiggins, and this is the Groundworks Ministries podcast. Today we're reading from the book of Jeremiah, chapter 35, and let's focus on verses 13 through 15. This is what the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, says. Go, say to the men of Judah and the residents of Jerusalem, will you not accept discipline by listening to my words? This is the Lord's declaration. The words of Jonadab, the son of Rechab, have been carried out. He commanded his sons not to drink wine, and they have not drunk to this day, because they have obeyed their ancestors' command. But I have spoken to you time and time again, and you have not obeyed me. Time and time again I have sent you all my servants, the prophets, proclaiming, turn each one from his evil way of life and correct your actions. Stop following other gods and serve them. Live in the land that I gave you and your ancestors, but you would not pay attention or obey me. So who are the Rechabites? That's a good question. Well, they're the descendants of a guy named Rechab through Jehonadab. Jehonadab is another way to say his name. And they belong to a group of people called the Kenites, who accompanied the children of Israel into the land of Canaan, and they dwelt among them. They were Gentiles. God has always shown his grace toward anyone, Jew or Gentile, who chooses to follow him. And many people believe that Israel was the only group of people the Lord allowed to enter the promised land under the leadership of Joshua, but that was not so. The Kenites were right there with them. Why? Well, for starters, Moses had married a Kenite wife. And in the days of Deborah and Barak, because of Barak's cowardice, it was a Kenite woman who defeated the evil king Sisera. Now, the main body of the Kenites dwelt in cities, and they adopted the habits and the pitfalls of settled life. But Jonadab forbade his descendants to drink wine or to live in cities. They were also commanded always to lead a nomadic life. And this particular strain of the Kenites adhered to the law laid down by their patriarch. And today we read of their fidelity to the old established custom of their family, even to the days of Jeremiah. So what was God's reason for singling out this small sect of Gentiles, really just one family, in his exhortation against Judah? Well, in full view of the soon-to-be deported Judah, God chose to bless a group of righteous Gentiles, all because of their faithfulness. God was saying, in essence, these Gentiles have chosen for generations to follow the command of their long-dead ancestor, a guy. But you won't even follow the word of the living God, even after I sent you countless prophets. It would not be the last time in the Old Testament that the Lord would bless faithful Gentiles as a means to evoke jealousy among his unfaithful people. It was that approach in particular that Jesus took when he taught in his hometown synagogue, and the mention of God's blessing upon faithful Gentiles while he rebuked unfaithful Israel, well, that's what made the people of his hometown want to kill him. Luke chapter 4, verses 24 through 28. He also said, I assure you, no prophet is accepted in his hometown. But I say to you, there were certainly many widows in Israel in Elijah's day, when the sky was shut up for 3 years and 6 months, while a great famine came over all the land. And yet Elijah was not sent to any of them, none of the Jewish people, but to a Gentile, a widow at Zarephath in Sidon. And in the prophet Elisha's time, many in Israel died of serious skin diseases, and yet not one of them was healed, only Naaman the Syrian. And when they heard this, everyone in the synagogue was enraged. Why? Because God chose to bless the faithfulness of a Gentile while rebuking the unfaithfulness of Jews. I'm Steve Wiggins, and this is the Groundworks Ministries. What do you do with the word of the Lord which has been sent to you? You know, Groundworks Ministries operates entirely through financial donations from faithful people just like you. And yes, we do need your monthly support. Donating is secure and it's easy at our website, groundworksministries.com. Another way to help is just tell people about Groundworks Ministries. Share these podcasts with friends and family and on your social media. And of course, you can always direct folks to our website, groundworksministries.com.